everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda. Today we are planting garlic. Can y'all believe it is already time to start planting our garlic? And that is what we're going to be doing today. So y'all, I got my garlic, and you know I told you I wasn't ordering any garlic. I have my garlic here. This is the garlic that I grew. And so I'm happy, you know, to have some garlic that I grew. You know, I have enough garlic besides what we have in the house. Make sure you leave enough or have enough left, you know, so that you can have some inside to use, because you got a lot of months before you be getting any more garlic, because the garlic won't be ready to come out of the garden until around June or July. So make sure that you plant extra garlic so you have enough garlic for planting. I'm excited about having my own garlic to plant. I purchased garlic last season, and the garlic was doing very well, as I told you all in previous video. And I had some nice cloves. Now this right here is some of the elephant garlic, but I had some nice cloves, and so these cloves are not huge, but I think they're going to be nice, and they're going to be good enough for me to plant out here. And if I do what I'm supposed to do, and if temperatures are right, and all, you know, things go well, and don't get any overhead herbicide sprays on them, I think that I can grow this garlic. Because one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do what King Garlic Company is doing with their garlic. They are soaking their garlic. I soaked my garlic last season, and as I said, I think my garlic was going to do very well. But I soaked it in vodka. I soaked it in vodka. I did it in vodka first, so that's what I'm going to do today. And then after I finish with the soak in vodka, I'm going to soak it in some fish emulsion. This is going to be sterilizing your garlic, because garlic can have diseases that can get into your soil and can cause you to have bad garlic harvest and also ruin your soil. So I am going to sterilize this garlic first to make sure that it is okay. But y'all, first, this was a tedious job getting these done, so I hope that you all have started. You know, I may have purchased some garlic this season if I could have found somebody who already had these cloves broken apart. And not just because of being just lazy, but y'all, this could be kind of hard to break apart when you're doing a lot. When you're just getting some for dinner, it's okay. But once you, this is one of the elephant ones, so they're easier. I'm glad I bought this one out. But I am going to break this one apart. And you want to save as much of your paper as you can. Some of it you're not going to be able to help, because you see the wind is blowing some of this off. It's just flying away. But you do not want to peel this down to your to the garlic itself. You want to go ahead and keep some of the paper. But sometimes after you get it started, it helps to go ahead and break those roots off. If you can break those roots off, and that will help to get the garlic to break apart more easily. So we're outside. It can just blow across the yard. I don't mind. This is just some paper. The wind's gonna blow it on off. My yard's covered with leaves now anyway, so it's not gonna look bad, but you can also keep it and put it into your compost. So this is what I have right now. Y'all, I love garlic almost as much as I love onion. And so, like, this piece is fine. You see this piece? It did not get peeled, but this piece got peeled. So I'm gonna save this one, and I'm gonna use it inside. So it looks really good. I'm just gonna pour some vodka in here, and I have some 80 proof vodka here, and so that's gonna be strong. And this is why I use this for, you know, my vanilla extract, for my tinctures, and for to soak my garlic. And I did this last season also. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour some of this vodka in here. I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to make sure I just pour enough in here. This little container is one that some mushrooms came in. So I usually keep these on hand, and then I can use it for things like this. So I'm just going to pour this vodka over. I'm pouring this vodka over my garlic. Go ahead and put my lid back on my vodka and take it back inside so it won't be out here in the garden. And so now my garlic is covered with this vodka, and I'm just going to leave this on while I go and prepare my bed and then after I drain this off, I'm going to make up another mixture that I'm going to put on it. So this is going to take place. You can leave this on for as little as 10 minutes or to overnight. So I'm just going to leave it on. It's probably going to be it's probably going to be close to an hour that this vodka is going to be sitting on this garlic. And this is taking it through a sterilization process. So the first thing I've done to this bed is I removed the weeds that were in the bed, and I added some more compost to the bed. And now I'm going to add some bone meal and some slow release fertilizer to amend the soil. And I have some Espamo bone meal. And I'm applying this bone meal pretty heavily to the soil. Next, I'm going to add some of my slow release fertilizer, and this is going to help feed this garlic during all these months that this garlic is going to be out here in this soil. I'm going to work it into the soil. Got a lot of stuff hanging out of my pocket. I got my tubing in my pocket because I am going to go ahead and I'm going to set up my drip irrigation to this bed. Last season, this bed did not have drip irrigation. I was watering it by hand the entire season. Get that those amendments worked in really good. Okay, now it's time to set up the drip. Now I'm getting ready to hook this bed up with some irrigation. So this bed is going to be even happier this season because it's going to have irrigation flowing through it and won't have to wait for me to come out here with the water hose to water it. I'm going to be even happier. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make a hole, and I'm going to make a hole over here in this drip. In this 1/2-inch drip line. And let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead and make a hole in the drip line and add the 1/2-inch tubing that I had. I'm gonna connect this 1/2-inch tubing. And I'm gonna connect, so I've already punched a hole, and I'm gonna put a fitting on here that is going to allow my water to flow through from the 1/2-inch tubing to this 1/4-inch tubing. As I told you all, it works better when you put your gloves on. Sometimes I need to go ahead and get my other, this will be fine right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get my gloves on so I can get this to go into it. It works much better on my hands. It's easier on my hands if I go ahead and do this. Okay, so I've already punched my hole. I'm going to put the 1/4-inch tubing into the 1/2-inch tubing. You'll hear a click. Then I'm going to get another one of those same fittings, that one that has the hole in it, so the water can flow through. And I'm going to connect this one to the drip line. This is the 1/4-inch tubing, and this is, yeah, that's the 1/4-inch tubing, and this one is the 1/4-inch. This brown one is the 1/4-inch drip line because it has these holes in it, and that's where the water's going to drip out. So the holes are already in there. This makes everything a whole lot easier. Go ahead and get that in, and now I can go ahead and connect it to my bed. I am back over here with my garlic. My garlic has been sitting over here. It's been probably close to an hour. I really haven't been watching the time, but I was working on that bed the entire time and running back and forth and getting things that I had forgot. But I'm simply going to drain this vodka off of my garlic. Take my glove off so I won't get my gloves wet. Okay, now that I've got my garlic nice and sterile, I am going to mix up a fertilizer solution. The solution that I'm going to be using is going to consist of some water. I just got something I'm going to mix it up in. I got some water. I think that'll be I'm going to add some of my fish emulsion to this water. And then I'm going to add some baking soda to the mix. About almost a teaspoon, because you use a teaspoon for a gallon of water, and this is not quite a gallon. I'm going to mix this baking soda in here, stir it up. And then I'm going to pour it over my garlic. And cover my garlic with this mix. I'm going to leave it sitting here while we go and fix another bed up. And this time I'm going to be fixing up the bed that I have my sweet potatoes planted in. I'm going to give them some fertilizer, and I'm going to hook them up to the drip. Finally getting drip on that sweet potato bed that's right back there next to the garlic bed. So let's go get that taken care of. Y'all, this snake done got hung in some netting. This is a garter snake. If you can see the stripes on it, it is a black snake that has those green stripes on it. That is a garter snake. And it is obviously hung up in some netting because it is not going anywhere. It is twisting and turning, but not going anywhere. I know somebody gonna say, why don't you free him up? Really, I am not scared of garter snakes. I don't think I'm getting down there and try to free him up. But I don't know what else is in those weeds. So I just wanted to show you all who has never seen a garter snake or don't know what a garter snake looks like. Yeah. I think he may have gotten, I don't know, I was going to say I think he may have gotten it loose, but he has flipped over and was kind of camouflaged in the grave. He's still there. Trapped in some netting. I can't tell my kids, because if I could tell them kids, they coming out here, they cutting him loose. I have to look around, make sure neither one of them was behind me. Especially Caleb. I might have to tell him. Because that snake is not venomous. Then he'll be wanting to keep it. And you know that's not going to happen. Okay, well, moving on. We'll come back to this. We'll come back and check on this snake later. Okay, but this is my sweet potato bed. I want to hook up some irrigation to this bed. This bed has not had any irrigation. This is where the poor sweet potatoes were trying to make it, and that is mainly why these sweet potatoes didn't do anything, because they weren't getting enough water. Sweet potatoes are going to be needing some water, and so I am going to oblige it by hooking it up to the irrigation today. So first I am going to work the soil a little bit. I'm tempted to look under here and see if there are any sweet potatoes, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to trust this process. Move this grass. I threw this grass over here when I was pulling from this bed. So weeds are not really growing in this bed right now. That's good. So now I am going to add some of this bone meal, because y'all know this bone meal is going to help to get these sweet potatoes to grow. And I want to show you all something. Now this flower fell off. Hope that you all can see it, because I can't see it. Let me see. Let's make sure that you all can see this flower. This flower fell off the sweet potato vine. So that means that the sweet potatoes are forming underneath the soil. I guess y'all say it's about time. The season is almost over. Well, y'all, we still gonna trust this process, although it is late up in the season. As I told you all, I'm not giving up on this bed until after the frost. So I'm gonna add some of this to this bed. I gotta save some, because I gotta add some to my carrots, and I have to add some to my other sweet potato bed. No, I probably just need to go ahead and get some more. So this, I'll get both of those in before I work it into the soil. Go ahead and add some of this slow release fertilizer. Now I could add a little bit of blood meal in here, since I really do need some vines to grow in this bed, and then that way I will have a better chance of getting more sweet potatoes, because those vines is what's going to produce the flowers that is going to produce the sweet potatoes underneath the soil. But I don't want to take a chance on just getting vines and not getting any sweet potatoes. So I'm going to trust this process and hope that this little bit of whatever nitrogen is naturally in this soil, and whatever comes from this garden tone will go ahead and give me enough nitrogen to help those vines to get bigger and stronger and get more flowers. And the bone meal will help those flowers to grow and also produce those big sweet potatoes. So I might be asking for a lot to be getting big sweet potatoes, but I would like to have some big sweet potatoes. Not huge, like that. Okay, so I'm going to hook up my line now. Go ahead and get my drip line going. I'm going to punch a hole into I know y'all probably can't see me, so I'm going to turn this camera around. Here's something in the weeds. That might be that snake making noise over there. I still see it. Yeah, that's a snake. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, so I'm gonna poke a hole over here in this 1/2 inch tubing, and then I'll be connecting my 1/4 inch tubing to the 1/2 inch tubing with okay, I'm gonna connect it with this. Okay, you're gonna hear a click. And that it means that it is connected. All this back in my pocket, so I don't leave anything out here. Y'all still got baking soda in my pocket. I meant to take that inside the house. It is out here with me now, so. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this line. Baking soda kind of in my way though. A beautiful day out here today. Butterflies just flying around. Long as they not the white butterflies, I'm good. Okay, so I'm gonna connect these two lines, which are my 1/4 inch tubing. They should have holes in them to allow my water to flow through. I'm connected to my 1/4 inch drip tubing. I'm gonna put it in the bed by connecting it with these landscape staples. So this is gonna help my sweet potatoes to get watered. Finally. Get this out. Y'all know it's not gonna be too long before this stuff be actually coming out, but I did say that I would wait till after the frost to harvest whatever sweet potatoes are underneath the soil. Y'all, I am so tempted to just run my hand underneath here to try to see what is in here. I don't feel nothing. But I'm holding out hope. I still have hope that there is something underneath here. Y'all, I'll show y'all my other bed over there. Those sweet potato vines have finally started to growing, although the drip is not properly set up in them either. And these are the Japanese sweet potatoes that are planted in this bed. I'm gonna put this one in front because I don't need this right up on the other drip. You want to space the drip out because water will flow. Okay, I'm having to keep an eye out. Because I do know, well, we always know that there are, you know, there's could be snakes in the area, so you want to keep an eye out. Be aware of the surroundings that you are in. Okay, I'm gonna bring another piece. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cut this right here. I'm gonna put my, I'm going to put a goof plug in the end. Hopefully I can pull a goof plug up. Okay, I did. I pulled a goof plug up this time. Y'all be sure, don't waste your tubing, because this stuff is not cheap, but you know, it's not expensive, but don't waste it, because this is gonna go into one of my containers over there. I'll put this in a container and set up another container to the drip. Then I got this onion bed back here that I'm gonna have to set up to the drip. So I still got some beds that I'm gonna have to do. And as I told you all, some of those beds are beds that I had hooked to the irrigation, but I am redoing them because I learned a better way. Okay, so we're gonna run this right around here like this. Okay, so now when I turn the water back on, water's gonna be flowing to the garlic bed, to the sweet potato, and I already got it flowing over here to my radish bed that already has some onions growing in it that are growing from last season. So we're getting it done. We are getting it done. Pretty soon, all of these beds will be correctly hooked up to irrigation. And I am very excited about that. Okay, so let's go back and get our garlic, because we're going to plant our garlic now. Okay, Caleb came out. He wants to make sure that the snake is not suffering, so I'm showing him where he is. There he is right there. He was wiggling just a few minutes ago. I didn't do anything to him.
Well, it's dead now.
I don't know what happened to him.
Starvation, heat.
He was just wiggling. He was just wiggling a few minutes ago. I got him on video, just wiggling. He may be playing possum. I put some water on him. Hey, look at that. You pour water on his face?
Not his face. Okay, so kid's gone to bury the snake, y'all. I found out what happened to it. The netting actually cut the snake. So he was twisted in it so bad and he ended up cutting his own self. So y'all saw, I didn't do nothing to him. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to plant my garlic. And I tried to make sure that I got enough garlic for a year. And the way it's looking right now, that I definitely will have enough for this whole year. We haven't been using as much garlic as we use onions. We've been using the onions, and a lot of people don't ask for garlic the way they ask for onions. So I still have a lot of garlic left. I'll be able to plant my garlic out today. I'll be able to still have it to eat. I'll be also making some fire cider with my garlic. 52 weeks in a year. So as long as I got at least 52, I know that I'll have enough because I have one for every week. And most people don't even, we mostly don't use an entire head of garlic in a week time. Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. But I think that I have way more than 52 here. So I said if I would really like to get 100. If I could get 20 on each row and have 5 rows with 20 in each row, And I probably could get more than that. I'm going to space them. I'm going to make sure that I have at least 5 in each row, 5 rows, and have 20 in each row. Let's say 5, 10, 15. That'd be kind of close. Just putting it 20. I may have to have 6 rows. I'm going to say, let's see. I'm going to say 6 rows with at least 15. Let's do 6 rows with 15 in a row. And that way we will have, how much is that? 6 times 15. That's 80. Is that 80? That's 90. We have 6 times 15, and that would be 90 heads of garlic. So let's go for 6 rows. And so I'm gonna put, and I'm probably gonna get more than that because I'm gonna space them out. But I just want to make sure I get at least that much. So let's go ahead and let's put, and this is the elephant garlic right here, but it's not gonna matter. I'm just gonna put them, not gonna matter which variety it is, I'm just putting it in there. I'm not wanting to disturb the walls that like to put nests in the corner of these beds either. So I'm gonna be careful, hopefully not to disturb them too much. So I'm gonna, since I told you all what I'm gonna do, I'm about to be quiet. And what I'm doing is I'm just making a hole, sticking those cloves of garlic in the hole, and then closing the soil up around them. So I have 2 right here. I really need to make some holes. And see, there's a wasp. It's coming, looking for his nest. I'm gonna have to go get my wasp spray because he's looking for his nest, and he's about to get mad because I'm over here and invading his privacy. So I'm gonna go get the wasp spray. Don't plant your garlic too deep. The garlic don't have to be planted deep. It just needs to be in there deep enough where it is covered. And once you get that tip covered, just go ahead and know that that is deep enough. So just make a hole. Put your garlic clove in there and cover it up. So I like to just stick them in without having to make a hole or anything. But I'm seeing some ants out here, and that is why I'm going ahead and trying to make a hole. And we had to deal with the wasps, and I'm thinking I've gotten those taken care of. So I would like to just go through this bed and just stick these garlic cloves in and not have to worry about it. But these critters make it hard. I know there's ants right there in that area. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. Let go of me, Pepper. And I lost my spot. How many I said I wanted? 15, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I can get more, 16, 17. I got 17 on this row. And then I had 6 and 17. So I'm going to try to keep that going at least. And this way I'll make sure that I have enough for a year and enough to share and enough to plant. And then I'm going to go ahead and just water the bed in. Get my garlic off to a good start, and then I'll be letting the irrigation take care of it. You always want to, whenever you plant something, you want to go ahead and get it watered in. And there is 0, 10, 10, and 5, 1, 1 in this right now. I have the fish emulsion and the more bloom in my NEWTRY fertilizer injector. So as I said, I don't want to overdo it on the nitrogen, but it is starting out with some nitrogen. And you already know it has plenty of bone meal in here. And that 0, 10, 10 is going to supply with more phosphorus and potassium. So my garlic is planted. I'm happy about that. And I have some other things that I want to take care of out here. There's going to be a lot of things getting planted out now that fall is here. And we're right now not getting a lot of rain, but I'm sure soon, as it always does, we'll start getting rain in fall. And so I'll go ahead and start getting more things planted out so that when it starts to rain and I can't get out, those things will already be planted. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video today and that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.